SSniperWolf recently went on to Kai Cenat's stream. Everybody knows SSniperWolf. She used to be a cosplayer, gamer in the past, was very popular in the Call of Duty scene. She had some controversies back then that led a lot of people to dislike her because people thought that she was faking her gameplay. Now, to give a little bit of a refresher on her lawsuit, she is currently being sued by her husband for, I want to say, ownership or partial ownership of the channel. I want to take a look and see what exactly she's discussing here. I want to see what exactly she may have lied about or some of the inconsistencies in her story. So some of the allegations that were levied against SSniperWolf back in the past was that she wasn't entirely in charge of her own content, that it was her boyfriend doing gameplay for her, that it was her boyfriend, like, you know, essentially doing ideation, coming up with ideas, talking about thumbnails and, you know, titles that'll potentially get her more clicks and views. Based on what's being, like, addressed in the lawsuit by her ex-husband, Sausage, that may have been the case. That actually may have been the case. They might have had, like, you know, more of a business relationship than a romantic relationship, where it was, like, just beneficial for her to remain in a relationship with this guy. And then when they divorced, she attempted to maintain most of the stuff and tried to divert views into one of our other channels after the fact. And I think he's, like, suing for... I don't know what the extent of funds is that he's suing for, but that's, like, as far as I remember about the lawsuit. The divorce stuff in the last 3 minutes. Thank you very much. My hero. All right, cool. Yeah, I should have figured after they got done with the tier list.
Game. Why don't we play some Roblox?
You want to play Roblox?
I actually really like Roblox. It's, like, nice, like, low stress gaming.
The thing about SSniperWolf is that she probably never matured past the age of 19. Like, she probably never matured past the age of 19, 20... 23 maybe. She got popular at a really young age. That's all she's ever needed. That's all, like, all the crowd that she's ever needed to be around as well. So even though she's, like, 30 years old, she like, mentally, she's probably, like, you know, hasn't changed much since, like, especially as a woman, as a coddled woman. And I don't mean that in a misogynist way. I don't mean that in a sexist way. Like I genuinely don't believe that she's ever matured past, like, what she's needed to.
What games on Roblox do you play?
What we do...
So it actually makes a lot of sense that she plays Roblox.
Oh, what is it called? 99 Nights in the Forest.
99.
We just played that.
Horror games, yeah. Of course she never matured past, like, you know, like the sort of infantile, sort of naive gaming era. That's all she's ever needed to do for the last, you know, 10 years. For the last 15 years.
And steal a brain rot.
What?
That's yeah, okay. Theory confirmed. Steal a brain, yeah, that's okay, yeah.
99 what?
99 Nights in the Forest.
What? Oh, 99 Nights in the Forest.
Yeah, it's, like, brand new.
Chat WL game. Have you ever
game.
played the Squid Games on Roblox?
Yeah, I have.
Tough, right?
Yeah, I'm about to just upload a video.
Have you ever played Squid Games on Roblox? Tough, right? Tough, right, dude?
You're mean.
Yeah. How can you...
This shit's so tough. Hold on. Sabal, boy, it's just so tough. This shit's so tough. This is so tough, dude.
How can you play Roblox?
I'm trying to, like, upload, like, 5 times a week now on my other channel.
That's really good.
Yeah.
How have you upload on your main channel? So be honest, you're still going full time.
No,
Damn near.
I honestly hate uploading on my main channel.
Why?
I don't. God, I don't know if I should say this.
I ain't lie, it's so good that
This is kind of some drama. I don't know if I should bring up some drama, but my ex is suing me, and
who?
my ex.
Mr. Sausage?
Yeah. And he takes half of.
Fuck Mr. Sausage!
Yeah, he takes half of that channel.
Fuck Mr.
And
Sausage!
he's trying to sue me.
Fuck Mr.
He's
Sausage!
suing me for, like.
Dude, this is so performative. This is actually so fucking performative. He's trying to get in them guts, bro. Bro's trying to get in them guts, okay? He's absolutely trying to placate to her. What do you mean, fuck Mr. Sausage?
All the money I make in the future, too, so.
Well, yes, when it comes to, well, if he co-created the channel, then he is entitled to half of, like, the funds of the main channel that you have. But Leah, I don't think that, okay. I think that SSniperWolf, the channel currently, is actually, like, co-owned by Sausage. I honestly hate uploading on my main channel, yeah, because, like, half of the revenue rightfully goes to Sausage. I don't know how much I could argue, like, he's entitled to, but he is somewhat entitled to a good share of the revenue.
God damn, like Mr. Sausage!
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, bro just doesn't.
What the fuck do you mean, what the fuck? If you helped somebody create a channel and they were getting, like, most of the revenue, if they, like, fucking divorced you, wanted to keep most of the fucking shit, you would also want to feel entitled to like some of the fucking benefits that come out of the channel that you helped develop. It's like if you started a fucking company with your best friend fires you, and then wants to retain like all of the fucking future profits. Of course you would feel entitled, because if he hadn't fucking created that company with you, then he would have never been in the position that he is. He would have never gotten any of the money in the future from that position. What do you mean? What do you mean?
Ever.
Wait, so
Bro's never worked.
hold on now. Hey. I don't even want to get to the tier. Hey, fuck the tier list. We gonna get mad. Wait, what happened to you, Mr. Sausage?
That's
Well,
what-
I know what happened.
I know, but that's what. God.
So he's suing you.
Yeah.
Why?
Because he wants all my money.
So he owns half.
That's not true. You know that's not true. He is like, oh, he's owning for what, like, for, I want to say, I think he's owning for a reasonable amount of like ownership of the channel. I think he's like, I think if I recall correctly, because given the fact that he like did, he was in charge of the channel for so long, he is entitled to a fair share of like, you know, I want to say channel ownership. I want to find the original lawsuit. According to court documents, Shalesh is facing 7 counts: breach of fiduciary duty, breach of contract, breach of implied covenant of good faith, fair dealing, tortious interference with contractual relations and business expectancy, conversion, accounting, and appointment of a receiver. Okay, based on what I've read before, there was a deal that they had in the past, and also what some of these words mean is essentially that given the fact that Sausage did help create this business, he would be entitled to like future compensation for for his contribution to creating this business in the first place. In the lawsuit, Young claimed that he had been curating and scripting Shalesh's content for years, and if it's true, then he had a major role to fucking play in the success of the company. Because let's say that SSSniperWolf was only ever the face of the channel. She was never actually like the main worker of the channel. Most of them it would be like maybe 60-40 or 70-30. It would be like 60-40, 70-30. He was doing 70% of the work, while 30% of the work was her like being on camera, just using her personality and air quotes, right, to like carry like some of the success of the channel. He referred to the SSSniperWolf channel as a joint venture and claimed that they created the YouTube account. They used a combination of personal information between the two of them. While Shalesh was the face of the SSSniperWolf YouTube channel, Young is and was at all times heavily involved in the creative content and operations. Court documents read, including but not limited to concept origination and development, script writing, directing, video editing, posting finished videos to the channel, and market research and analysis, among other things. So he would be like a heavy contributor. If he was a heavy contributor to the extent that it's being laid out here, then I believe that it is fair that he gets like, you know, some sort of compensation, especially in the future, you know, given business expectancies, to receive something. He claimed lawsuit confirmed the YouTube community speculation. Okay, I wouldn't go that far as to say that everything was absolutely fake, but there was probably some level of ideation. I don't want to make, you know, overreaching statements. At the time, Shalesh's old YouTube channel called Sexy Sniper was dedicated to videos of her playing video games, except some viewers thought she was faking it. It was back then, yeah, it was a big deal back in the heyday, for those of you who remember, you know, that era. According to the recent lawsuit, Young is alleging that the gameplay footage was played and recorded by Young, while Shalesh merely read and reacted to the gameplay. I'm inclined to believe it's true. I'm inclined to believe that some of these claims are true, given the fact that if you lie on such a major lawsuit, you're going to immediately get screwed over, you know, in court upon discovery, when it's figured out that maybe you weren't being completely honest, right? Like, it's going to have to go through discovery, verify that the claims are legit, and you are, in fact, entitled to this level of money. So why you would lie about this in a court of law where you're trying to, you know, get a fair amount of, like, you know, compensation for the work that you were involved in, I don't know. I don't know why anybody would lie about this and then shoot themselves in the foot like that, just to, you know, waste unnecessary amounts of money. He claimed he and Shalesh entered an agreement in 2013 to evenly split ad revenue from their channels and continue to do so up until September 2022 when they broke up. Following the termination of the romantic relationship, Shalesh began actively taking steps to lock Young out of her business relationship, which is illegal, assuming they had a contract obligation, right? If it was never, I mean, even if it wasn't put on paper, I still think there are some things that protect you, if it was never put on paper for a situation like this. The lawsuit alleges, it goes on to also accuse Shalesh and brand manager Kevin Gold of entering other business relations and building other YouTube channels and not disclosing them to Young. Again, I'm not sure if there was like ever like non-compete or some sort of contract similar to that would prevent her from doing that. That would have made it like a conflict of interest of some sorts. Who knows? Who knows if they're like, we don't know like the contracts that they held or any sort of agreements that they held. She's going to have to respond to this at some point, Atozi says, after reviewing the charges. Divorces by themselves are ugly enough, so I can only imagine when you also have a company together. Yeah, that must be horrible. It's not fuck Mr. Sausage, screw Mr. Sausage, right? It's business. If somebody, like, divorces you and then wants to lock you out of a business that you co-developed, they are essentially stealing from you. So it's not fuck Mr. Sausage. It's not he's trying to take all of my money. It's he is trying to fight for what he feels entitled to. What that amounts to, like, he is entitled to will be, like, you know, is up to the court to decide. But I, in good faith, to SSniperWolf and to Sausage, am willing to agree based on the truth, if we can assume that everything that is being said is true, that he is entitled to a reasonable amount if he wasn't heavily involved in the production of said company and business.
He has taken half of everything I own.
If he is only taking half, and not, you know, taking, like, you know, future expectancies or royalties or stuff like that, I think that's fair game.
He still wants half of everything in the future, like all the future earnings.
Okay.
And everything. And he wants all my social media accounts. And he wants my new channel I just made.
And how long has it been going on for?
3 years.
I wonder, like, but I wonder, like, how much of that is true. I wonder, like, how much he's actually fighting for.
And when do you think it's gonna be over?
Hopefully next year.
Damn. Wait.
This is like a long time. It's like, it's because we got, like, legally married because my parents, like,
Oh.
basically, like, forced us to get married. So it's like we had to, like.
Oh.
Yeah.
So he didn't sign you to anything.
What?
He didn't sign you to anything. It was more like because of the marriage.
Yeah.
Are we sure about that?
Yeah, that's the only reason, because we were legally married.
Wow.
I need to read the lawsuit again. Does anybody have a link to the lawsuit by any chance at all?
Damn.
So it's like a really horrible situation to be in right now, and that's what I've been dealing with the
You'll get through
past like 3 years. Yeah, so it's like
You
that's
gonna
why
get through
I
it.
don't really like.
You want to crack so hard, dude. You want to crack so hard.
I ain't like you gonna get
Honestly, I
through it.
don't care about my main channel anymore, but it's like it's hard just giving half of every paycheck to somebody who does nothing.
Yeah.
It just sucks.
Was it nothing though? Is it fair to just outright claim that he does nothing?
Damn. Well, watch this. I want to send a message to Mr. Sausage right now.
No, don't.
Mr. Sausage.
I don't think he's watching. He doesn't watch anything.
Mr. Sausage, please,
don't know.
please, just stop everything.
What do you mean just stop everything? You do not know the details of the case. You don't know if this guy's being like, you know, like blindly robbed for stuff that he put work for.
And just come together as one, and just, you know, just look out for another human, and just say, hey, I'm no longer gonna do this.
That's not how the world works. That's not how the world works. No, nobody just like, you know, nobody just like puts in a bunch of work into something for nothing in return after all of their work has been finished. You do not go to work to receive no paycheck just because you feel bad that your, like, you know, company isn't making money.
And I'm gonna live my life, and we're gonna just do our things separately. And you don't want to go down that path, because Mr. Sausage, you got it, man. You know what I'm saying? As a human beings,
Wow,
that should stop it.
You're
What?
so kind. Thank you.
That should stop it. I'm not.
He wants to crack. He wants to crack so bad, dude. He wants to hit so bad.
That should definitely stop it.
The fuck you mean stop it? No.
SSniperWolf has been brought up a lot in regards to her content over the last couple of years, with the most recent situation being her feud with Jax Films. And while that turned into quite the entertaining feud, there's been legal trouble for SSniperWolf brewing in the background in regards to her YouTube channel and apparent marriage with a guy named Evan, but he's known as Sausage. And what's interesting about all of this is it actually confirms everyone's speculations dating back to 2014. Because throughout SSniperWolf's entire
I wouldn't necessarily confirm. I wouldn't say it necessarily confirms everybody's speculations that everything was you know, staged or everything was faked. Some of that content could have been hers. Maybe some of the content was being made more effectively by having two people, you know, working together, where somebody recorded the gameplay, another person gave commentary. Maybe there was points in time where SSniperWolf like didn't have time to play gameplay, but they needed to make an upload, so he took charge of, like, you know, filming gameplay. It's a possibility. But, you know, who knows? Who knows? I'm just giving, like, you know, fair fair speculation on both ends.
At the time of creating the SSniperWolf YouTube channel, Young and Shailesh agreed to split any revenue from the SSniperWolf YouTube channel equally. While Shailesh was the face of the SSniperWolf YouTube channel, Young was at all times heavily involved in the creative content and operations of the SSniperWolf YouTube channel, including but not limited to concept origination and development, script writing, directing, video editing, posting finished videos to the channel, and market research and analysis, among other things. So according to this, he was running the channel and she was the face of it. Most notably,
Allegedly.
the gameplay footage depicted
This is a draft. This is what they're suing for. It still has to be proven.
in the SSniperWolf YouTube channel was played and recorded by Young, while Shailesh merely read and reacted to the gameplay according to those certain concepts and scripts prepared by Young. Although SSniperWolf YouTube channel had since shifted focused on content other than gameplay footage, Young still plays a pivotal role in the operation of the SSniperWolf YouTube channel through directing, filming, content gathering, overall strategy, and direction, and
Which is basically just productions. He's essentially a glorified productions manager.
marketing, among other things. Within months of its creation, the SSniperWolf YouTube channel began to attract a significant following and to date has over 33 million subscribers on YouTube. Young's involvement and efforts contributed significantly to the initial as well as the ongoing continued success of the SSniperWolf YouTube channel. Within 2 weeks of establishing the SSniperWolf YouTube channel, Young entered into an agreement with Fullscreen for ad revenue generated to the SSniperWolf YouTube channel. Young and Shailesh agreed to and in fact did share the revenue from the 2013 Fullscreen agreement equally. Young and Shailesh received this first payment from Fullscreen in connection with the operation of the SSniperWolf YouTube channel in or about March of 2013. All payments from Fullscreen were sent directly to Young's PayPal account and then split evenly between Young and Shailesh.
Still allegedly, by the way, to be clear. It might be like it's entirely possible that maybe it wasn't split evenly, right? We don't know. Not until we see like bank accounts or, you know, bank transactions. Not until we see any sort of like, you know, paper trail. So while it may seem like everything was shared equally at that time, and it may seem like there's an agreement, I'm still going to be like, you know, somewhat biased towards Sausage, given the fact that yes, if you help, you know, start with ideations and productions, you should be entitled to some level of earnings. It doesn't necessarily mean that everything listed in this lawsuit is 100% accurate. At least we won't know until it's completely done and over with.
In organizing and or otherwise establishing Channel Red, Young and Shailesh entered to the verbal operating agreement, whereby each of them owned 50% of the membership interest in Channel Red and agreed to split all profits arising from the business and operations of Channel Red equally. Pursuant to the terms of the operating agreement,
okay, so if that's like the verbal agreement, and there was like no clause such as, so long as I continue to do work on this, or I continue to do labor on this channel, I will continue to gain 50%. So long as there's no clause saying that if I'm not working, I won't receive 50% my share, then I guess he could technically argue that, yeah, I because we created this business and this business is self-sustaining, then the fruits of the labor are bearing and I am entitled to 50% of them in the future. Then I guess he could pursue that.
Young and Shailesh were to maintain equal access to all associated YouTube channels.
I'm not a lawyer, by the way. I'm purely speculating, to be clear.
As well as joint decision-making in regards to the business and operations of Channel Red, including but not limited to creating, posting content, as well as entering into potential business opportunities. Following the creation of Channel Red, Young and Shailesh jointly as a married couple enjoyed a significant success relating to the business and operation of SSniperWolf YouTube channel, including but not limited to engaging in numerous sponsorship brand deals and receiving prestigious awards such as the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Award for Favorite Gamer in 2019 and 2020. Upon information and belief from the
All right, then I guess this is really as much as we need from this video. So back to the Kai Cenat interview right over here. No, I feel like it is entirely fair. I feel like it isn't okay. I feel like it is entirely fair during a divorce like this to obviously try to fight for your fair share of a business that you helped create, that you cooperated within, that you helped produce, etc., etc., etc. So no. This is completely bogus. This is completely bogus.